June 25th, 2020, Leipzig, Germany. A diary entry where I write that I want to start my own channel where I can share knowledge and experiences on how to live a healthier, happier, more fulfilled and balanced life. 5 years. This is how long it's taken me to start, and honestly, I almost never did. In this video, I'm going to share exactly what stopped me, what helped me to get over it, and how you can do that too. So stick around, it's gonna be exciting. The first obstacle on my journey to starting my own channel has been fear of judgment. For a long time, I've been afraid of what people will think, what people will say in regards to how I look like, my appearance, how I present myself, my speaking abilities, my presentation skills, my language, and especially the content. What if that will contradict to what other people think, believe, their philosophies, views, or opinions? Interestingly enough, in social psychology, this is called a spotlight effect. This is a term that's been coined in 2000 by Gilovich and Savitsky, and it is an irrational belief that we are in the center of attention, heavily overestimate how much other people think of us, observe us, judge us, or even remember us, when in reality we are heroes only in our own story, only in our own lives. So one of the best advices that I've received in this regard has been that no one is thinking about you because everyone is thinking about themselves. In other words, the way that I'm preoccupied and worried what other people are thinking about me, everyone is doing exactly the same in their own heads about themselves. So eventually, no one cares. Another struggle that I've been facing, and a big one for me, has been perfectionism. I've been waiting to be fully ready. I wanted to have the perfect setup, amazing camera, great editing skills, and the reality is that none of that has happened. Let's just have a reality check. I'm filming this in my bedroom, while actually I planned to be outside in a beautiful nature, but it didn't happen because it was too windy and too much noise, so I had to come back and rearrange myself here. I'm filming on my phone camera. I did look up some settings. I hope it's gonna work. And as for editing skills, honestly speaking, I haven't even started looking into that, so it is going to be a challenge. Fingers crossed it go well. So what helped me here in this regard has been a realization that perfectionism isn't a normal state. It is a disease or trauma response or whatever we want to call it. But the fact is that nothing is ever going to be perfect. We just have to start before we're even ready. That means we have the willingness to commit mistakes, learn, and grow from that experience. A statement that's been really helpful for me, that I've been telling myself a lot lately, has been the journey is the destination. That means that I do not focus that much on the outcome, but rather on the journey itself. I try to enjoy the process and put less importance and heaviness on it, but more lightness, ease, and joy. And the last one that I'd like to talk about in this video, what's been holding me back for all those years, is comparing myself to others. And of course, I've been comparing myself to those who are farther ahead, much farther ahead than me, who are more experienced, advanced, and have more knowledge in the field that I'm interested in. And that naturally caused me a lot of anxiety and considerations like, who will care about what I have to say? I'm not good enough to talk about this. And of course, I completely agree that some of this might stem from lack of self-confidence, self-belief, self-worth, and general insecurity. I'm a strong believer and advocate of inner work and building strong foundations before really starting anything. And yes, I did my affirmations this morning for this channel, and I also did some specific affirmations before filming, so I hope that they're helping. At the same time, there have been a few other things that have been helpful for me, and one of them has been a realization that what I've got is not mine to keep. And in this regard, I wanted to share a quote with you. A quote by Annie Dillard, which is as follows: The impulse to keep to yourself whatever you have learned is not only shameful, it's also destructive. Anything you do not give freely and abundantly becomes lost to you. You open your safe and find ashes. I find this quite sad and tragic, and very true at the same time. And it reminds me of that beautiful metaphor to water, that we are also like water. Best water is the one which is flowing, right? So in the same way, we receive the flow of knowledge, realizations, information, experiences, and that has to flow out of us in a form of sharing in the world, self-realization, expression, creativity. And if we do not do that, if we do not allow things to come out of us, we become like a stagnant water, which eventually goes bad. Another realization that I had is that you do not have to be an expert in order to talk about something. And I consciously choosing that I do not want to be a guru. I don't want to present myself as someone who knows everything about a specific subject. Rather, I prefer to be a guide, someone who shares own knowledge and experiences of what has helped me, and it really requires only willingness to learn and grow and openly share the process. I also find that for many of us, when we start something new, it is much more relatable to hear from someone who has just started that same subject recently and is just a few steps ahead of us. In that way, we can connect better to that person and we can understand better what they are sharing. So in this way, it's really about sharing what we love and knowing that people who love the same will find us. So here we are at the time of filming this video, end of March. It has taken me 5 years to start this channel. Are you going to wait that long? I invite you to share in the comment section what is holding you back and how you can overcome it. I thank you very much for watching and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye! June 20th. Ways that I found to overcome it. For a long time, by whom? Kilovich and Savitsky. Another struggle, a big one for me, on my way on another we just have to into something better, and I'm trying to enjoy the process and I'm trying to enjoy the process and